Let's talk about the Roman numerals. The Roman numeration system is both additive and subtractive. You add whenever you see a smaller number to the right, and you subtract if you see a smaller number to the left. Don't worry, teachers repeat themselves. We use an M to represent 1,000, a D to represent 500, C to represent 100, L represents 50, X represents 10, V represents 5, and an I represents the 1 as we know it. Let's practice. I want to know what number is represented by this number in Roman numerals. And I said whenever you have a smaller number to the right, you're adding. When you have a smaller number to the left, you are subtracting. This M represents 1,000. A C in front of an M, that means we're taking 100 away from 1,000. And 100 subtracted from 1,000 makes 900. Next, we see a 50. After that, these characters are smaller, so we're going to continue to add. That would be 30. After an X, we have characters that represent smaller numbers. I've got a V and an I, which represent 6. If we put this all together, the number we've represented is 1,900. 50 plus 30 makes 86. Who knew? 1,986, MCMLXXVI. Moving right along, more practice. What number is represented by MCMXXIV? I don't know. That M is 1,000. We see a C coming before an M. If it were a C coming after an M, that would be another 1,000 and 100. But because the C is before the M, we've got to subtract. 100 taken away from 1,000 is 900. 2 X's, so we've got 20. In the previous example, we had VI, and when we did, that represented 6. Not this time. Now we've got IV. IV means we're taking 1 away from 5, which is 4. When we put this all together, we've got 1,924. More for you. What number do we get with MDCCIX? M is our biggest character, representing 1,000, followed by a smaller character, D, which represents 500. I'm going to keep adding as long as I have characters that represent smaller values. Followed by 2 of these C's. Okay, well that's smaller than a 500. We've got 2 of those 100s, or 200, followed by something smaller, an L, for 50. But now notice that we've got IX, not the same as XI. XI would mean 10 and 1 added to make 11. But IX means 1 taken away from 10, so that is 9. Since that smaller character is to the left, we know to subtract. Putting this together, that's 1,000. 500 and 200 is 759. What else have we got? More. Looks like 2,000s, 300s, ooh, X in front of L. L represents a bigger value. If we had LX, that would mean 50 plus 10, which would make 60. That's not what we see. We've got X in front of L. That means we take 10 away from 50 to give us 40, followed by a V and 2 I's, meaning a 5 and 2 1's to make 7. Putting this together, 2,347. This is never going to end. Just a second. To represent 1,999 using Roman numerals, I better think about it. First, I need the 1,000. To represent 1,000, I'll use an M. I've got 900s. To represent 900, I need to take 100 away from 1,000. That would be a C in front of an M. As for a 90, I can't use 9 of those X's. I can't use an L and 4 of the x's. You never see more than 3 of the same thing. But I can take 10 away from 100. Since I'm taking it away, I'll put the x in front of a c. As for the 9, we won't have 9 of those i's. We won't have a v and 4 i's, because we'll never see more than 3 of the same thing, but we can take 1 away from 10. So we'll put a 1 in front of x. If we put this all together, that's MCM XC IX. Ooh, it is a foreign language. The end.